questions from the audience. Martha and I will follow up throughout. Let's start by getting right to our audience. Our first question is from Joe.
Hi, Senator Sanders. Now that your tax returns have been released and you have been identified as a millionaire, and in the top 1%, will you pay your fair share? And how do you plan to apply the policies that you have been talking about enforcing on top earners?
Well, I happen to believe, Joe, that we have an absurd tax system. And while millions of people today are paying actually more in taxes than they anticipated, Amazon, Netflix, and dozens of major corporations, as a result of Trump's tax bill, paid nothing in federal taxes. I think that's a disgrace. So today we announced I am a millionaire.
And in the top 1%.
Well, actually, this year we had $560,000 in income.
You did make $1 million in 2016, 2017. You're right, the 561 in 2018.
And that money, in my case, my wife's case, it came from a book that I wrote. Pretty good book. You might want to read it. Bestseller, sold all over the world, and we made money. I am a millionaire.
And in the top 1%.
So if anyone thinks that I should apologize for writing a best-selling book, I'm sorry, I'm not going to do it. Let me reiterate. I voted against. I guess on Fox News you said that I benefited from Trump's tax bill. Did you tell people that I voted against Trump's tax bill?
Sure, but you did benefit from it. You did benefit from it.
But I voted against it. And I happen to believe that a tax bill written and pushed by Trump, who told the American people that that tax bill, some of you may recall, would not benefit the wealthy. You remember that? Oh, it's not going to benefit the wealthy. 83% of the benefits went to the top 1%.
Identified as a millionaire and in the top 1%.
So I think that's a bad idea. And in my view, people, whether it's me, you probably make a lot more money than I do. But whether it's me or you or anybody else, me or you or anybody else, I think wealthy people,
identified as a millionaire and in the top 1%.
And large corporations that are making billions in profits should start paying their fair share of taxes.
To your point, and to Joe's point, your taxes do show that you're a millionaire. You did make $1 million 2016, 2017. You're right, the 561 in 2018. But your marginal tax rate was 26% because of President Trump's tax cuts. So why not say, you know, I'm leading this revolution. I'm not going to take those.
Come on, we're doing. I paid the taxes that I owe. I paid the taxes that I owe. And by the way, why don't you get Donald Trump up here and ask him how much he pays in taxes?
We will.
Yeah, well, good.
So you recommended a wealth tax, 70% wealth tax.
No, actually, I didn't. That was
70,
somebody
77%.
else. No, I think another person.
What's your number?
What's my number? Well, I'll tell you what I think.
I think that in order to make sure that elderly people do not continue to live in poverty, and you got 20% of elderly people trying to get by on $13,000 or $14,000 a year.
I think we should raise that cap for people making $250,000 or more.
So we can make sure that our parents can live out their lives in dignity. I'll tell you what else I think. I think at a time when Wall Street is doing phenomenally well, and we have millions of young people who are deeply in debt for the crime of having gone to college, I believe we should pass a speculation tax on Wall Street.
Well, that's fine, but I'm asking you about the wealthy and how much higher you would make it. You said you don't agree with 70%. What would your number be?
In the campaign in 2016, we talked about 52%.
All right, so 52%. So would you be willing to pay 52% on the money that you made?
Also,
you can volunteer. You can send a check.
Well, you can volunteer too. Martha, why don't you give? You make more money than I do.
Well, I didn't suggest a wealth tax.
And she's not running for president.
All right, but we're going to fight for a wealth tax. And we're going to demand that we end the absurdity where major corporation after major corporation, you know what, in this tax bill that you are defending,
Listen, we want to get substance. We want to get details.
Well, let's do it.
And the audience has a ton of questions too.
All right.
Will you pay your fair share?
And you know, not everybody thought that I should come on this show.
And we appreciate it.
All right. Your network does not necessarily have a great deal of respect in my world, but I thought it was important for me to be here and have a serious discussion about serious issues.
Will you pay your fair share?
Healthcare is a human right.
Will you pay your fair share?
Public colleges and universities tuition free.
Will you pay your fair share?
That is absurd. Wall Street is doing phenomenally well. Amazon, Netflix.
Back on the taxes briefly, you know, when you wrote the book and you made the money,
Yeah.
isn't that the definition of capitalism, the American dream?
No. I mean, you know. You got another question?
Well,
We have many questions.
We have many questions.
You ask me fair questions, I will give you fair answers.
Thank you, sir.
That's the deal.
That the very wealthy are doing incredibly wealthy. It's not vilifying to say that people have a whole lot of money, in some cases billions of dollars of wealth. They should pay their fair share of taxes.
Would you be willing to pay 52% on the money that you made?
Awesome.
You can volunteer. You can send a check.
Oh, you can volunteer too. We have a...
But you suggested that
Hey,
that's what
Martha.
everybody in your bracket should do.
And Martha, why don't you give? You make more money than I do.
Well,
Why don't you
I
give?
didn't suggest a wealth tax.
And she's not running for president.
And
All
I'm
right,
not
but
running
we're
for
going to
president.
fight for a wealth tax. Wealth tax, wealth tax, tax. And that money, in my case, my wife's case, it came from a book that I wrote. Pretty good book. You might want to read it. Bestseller, sold all over the world, and we made money. I am a millionaire.
The deal.
So why not say, you know, I'm leading this revolution. I'm not going to take those.